When we think of strange natural occurrences that can't possibly be real, we tend to think of the amazing things discovered in space, a red square nebula, a glass storm, or Titan's magical island. However, we don't need to travel far to indulge our curiosities. Our own planet is brimming with wonderful natural wonders. In this video, we'd like to share 10 fascinating marvels that are available right here on planet Earth. Number 10. The Green Flash. Let's start with something we're all familiar with, the sun. The sun is something that anybody with eyesight is generally accustomed to, especially at sunset and sunrise when it appears to be at its most brilliant. However, if the circumstances are just right, you could be able to witness a spectacular and odd event. The sun has the ability to change hue and become a shade of green. This phenomena is most visible at sunset and barely lasts a second or two. As a result, this occurrence is commonly referred to as a flash. The atmosphere acts as a prism, splitting the sun's light into different colors. So choose a spot with a good horizon view and a clear view of the sun. Wait for sunset and keep your eyes peeled. Take pleasure in that fleeting flicker, knowing that only a few others have seen it before you. Number 9. The Neverending Wave. Any surfer's dream is to be able to ride a wave that never breaks. The closest we could possibly get to that reality is called the Pororoca, and it occurs in Brazil twice a year during the biannual equinox when the moon, the sun, and earth are all aligned. The wave could travel 500 miles inland without stopping, reach a height of 13 feet, and actually plays host to surfers from around the world. Number 8. Blue Lava. Volcanic eruptions are among the most devastating natural events that occur on planet Earth. Unlike the customary yellow and orange tones we generally attribute to lava, the Kabaisian crater on the Indonesian island of Java appears to spew blue lava. The most intriguing aspect is the resulting misunderstanding as to why this happens. The lava isn't necessarily blue. Instead, a high concentration of sulfur in the area surrounding the volcano causes this occurrence. When sulfur burns, it produces a blue flame. As a result, when the lava comes into contact with such a high concentration of sulfur, the lava seems to turn blue. Number 7. The Stone Lake. Tanzania's Lake Natron is a salt lake similar to that of the Dead Sea and Utah's Great Salt Lake. Unlike those other lakes, though, Lake Natron is extremely alkaline due to high amounts of the chemical natron in the water. The pH is so high that its waters are caustic enough to damage any creature who hasn't evolved to endure it. Few species have evolved to live and even thrive within the lake's ecosystem, but even those will face the same fate as the unadapted. Anytime an animal dies in the lake's waters, its body undergoes a form of mummification, giving it the appearance of turning to stone. Number 6. The Flowering Desert. Deserts are notorious for three things: sweltering heat, sparse flora and fauna, and a scarcity of water. However, in the Atacama Desert, everything is only waiting for the appropriate moment. Where some may see a scarcity of possibilities, the desert demonstrates that greatness requires the ideal environment to thrive. The bloom occurs between September and November and only in years with very significant rainfall. Every 5 to 7 years, conditions are just right, which causes over 200 species of flowers to cover the normally barren landscape. However, in recent years, climate change, protracted storms around the world, and unprecedented rainfall have resulted in a bloom barely 2 years after the previous one. Number 5. The White Rainbow. Rainbows are one of the most common and stunning sights to behold. Water acts as a prism, breaking light into the visible color spectrum. When circumstances are ideal, there is a unique effect that occurs now and again. A colorless rainbow appears when sunlight passes through water droplets in the same way as other rainbows. However, it occurs while fog is forming. The fog's droplets are substantially smaller than traditional rain. As a result, the majority of the color is lost as it passes through them. These uncommon rainbows contain color, but our eyes, however, have difficulty recognizing it because it is in such a faint state. Number 4. Rainbow Trees. Have you ever wondered what would be the outcome if a tree and a rainbow combined? Eucalyptus diglypta, also known as the rainbow eucalyptus, is probably the closest representation that can be found in nature. This tree can reach an astonishing 250 feet in height and is a native of the Philippines and other tropical countries. It has a smooth orange bark throughout the majority of the year. However, during the summer, it transforms. The tree loses its outer husk, revealing a multicolored inner bark that earns it the name rainbow. The bark is covered in streaks of green, red, orange, gray, and even purple. Number 3. Hair ice. If you live somewhere where it snows, you've probably had to deal with winter ice. Still, it's very likely many of you have never seen ice like this. Hair ice is the common name for it. Blooming on damp winter nights and usually melting during the day, this oddity occurs when ice crystals form on rotten wood containing mycelium. The mycelium, or fungus if you prefer, causes ice crystals to grow in such a manner that it resembles hair. It's quite difficult to identify since it will most likely be camouflaged by either nearby ice or snow. Should you ever wish to glimpse this rare sight, keep your eyes peeled and check the forest floor the next time you go out for a walk in the winter woods. Number 2. Oceanic frost flowers. These formations are a stunning sight to behold. When the cold, moist air above becomes saturated, frost forms on imperfections on the icy surface. Frost on these imperfections seeds the flowers, which rise as they wick moisture from their base, capturing salt and marine bacteria as they grow. Although they may not be a rose, they are among the world's most beautiful flowers to behold. Last on our list, we have number 1, living rocks. One day you may just be walking along the beach in Chile or Peru and kick an unassuming rock, not knowing that you just launched something very much alive. Payura chilensis, also known as a sea squirt, is a sac-like marine invertebrate filter feeder that looks like a geode. However, if you're looking for crystals inside this unassuming rock-like organism, you really have another thing coming. Their distinctive blood-red innards are enough to confuse even the most well-versed traveler. After all, rocks aren't supposed to bleed, and unknowingly seeing it can be reminiscent of being straight from a horror movie. The world is filled with many wonders, too many to ever really explore in one lifetime. Still, we hope you enjoyed this small list and were able to take something away from it. If you did, please click like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching.